Elon Musk claims that we're entering a recession this year, and while the accurate duration of it is still up for debate, he believes it might be a light to moderate one, possibly identical to the one we had in 2009. Hello and welcome to Eminent Investments. Today we'll take a look at Elon Musk's warning about the upcoming recession. Before we start, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. Musk says that it's never wrong to be cautious and prepared for unforeseen circumstances. He also stresses how important it is to not make drastic choices, and you can do this by avoiding margin debt, especially in a volatile market. Having a reliable cash reserve is also crucial during this time. We've already witnessed multiple market crashes in the past, and they're pretty extreme. The CFO of SpaceX, Brett Johnson, was in Broadcom back in the year 2000. And he claims that even this strong company went down from peak to bottom at 97%. In that scenario, you can still get crushed even with a minor margin loan. So despite Broadcom's recovery from this setback, Musk says that everyone must still avoid it. Every investor knows that the economy is cyclic, and it's even long overdue for a recession to happen. However, based on Musk's predictions, we'll have unsteady time for about 2 years, but after a year and a half, things will start to look better. His best guess is that it'll get better in Q2 of 2024. Despite the impending recession, he remains optimistic, knowing that booms will eventually cease as do recessions. With a 14-year boom, we'll have a 6-quarter recession, which sounds better than the last time that went around 4 or 5 quarters. However, as we're experiencing right now, it's not easy. Interest rates are climbing, which only means that it'll also increase costs for most consumers. On top of that, we also had a stock market correction, and we even experienced various crashes in software and growth stocks. When Musk was asked about his opinion on where he thinks the economy is going, he threw caution, saying that predicting macroeconomics is a complex task. However, he does recall his claims last year, where he ironically said that we'll enter a recession in the spring of 2022. Despite having a bad reputation, he does say that recessions aren't all that bad. Based on his experience, if you're going through a long overdue boom, your capital will get misallocated. With this, people will get a false view of success and wealth, and they will most likely make reckless and unhelpful decisions. And then an economic enema, which is big companies will do their jobs in trying to keep themselves afloat. However, a few of them are bound to go bankrupt, and only the ones that are selling essential products will remain standing. There's a lot to learn from here, especially the fact that companies should create useful products and make their company unique. From a capital standpoint, Musk warns that you shouldn't walk too close to the edge. You should be cautious and keep capital reserves to back you up throughout irrational times. It's crucial to know that PayPal faced massive financial challenges back in the year 2000 and nearly fell bankrupt. Thankfully, Musk, who used to be one of its investors, managed to secure a $100 million investment in March, which was pivotal to the company's survival. They saw it coming, and they moved swiftly, completing the merger with X.com and increasing the funds in just 3 weeks. However, a month later, the situation turned into a complete nightmare. Because of this, he reminds everyone that if your company is in good shape, it's still important to have a sturdy capital base to get through this time. Carefully assess your expenses and be ready for an impending recession, which is likely to happen. You must also fixate on organizing your cash flow and focus on obtaining a positive cash flow position. The main cause of inflation is obvious. The government keeps printing too much money, surpassing its reserves. This process will consequently lead to inflation because the government can't keep issuing excessive checks without triggering that mess, assuming money velocity remains steady. Unless there's a change related to plastic money, the government will only keep creating money. In turn, this will increase the price of services and goods in the economy, causing inflation to occur once again. This is a very simple concept, and Musk says it's straightforward and not complicated. If the government is allowed to issue certain sums of money without having to handle deficits, then why not just increase the deficit by a factor of 100? Unfortunately, this is not possible. This will devalue the dollar and it'll become worthless. Many countries like Venezuela have experimented with this in the past and failed, proving that simply generating money is not a viable option. Furthermore, Musk asserts that money is not what defines a genuine economy, but rather it's the output of goods and services. Money merely facilitates the exchange so that we won't need to do barter, and it also helps us meet obligations more efficiently. Moreover, money is like a database that's essential in directing labor, such as the trade of goods and services and the translation of time. Just like wanting an internet connection with good features, such as high bandwidth, low latency, packet retention, and minimal jitter, an ideal monetary system is also reliable and precise, with very little error to guarantee seamless operation. PayPal, for example, played a huge role in improving the speed and coherence of money transfers. Instead of the conventional way of sending and receiving checks via mail, PayPal created real-time money exchange, which led to immediate transactions. This enabled goods to be shipped swiftly as opposed to waiting for the bank to clear your check. Furthermore, if PayPal were an X.com, it would be operating on a bigger scale, like an intercessor for various COBOL databases that work on mainframes. These databases rely heavily on batch processing procedures. They aim to create a fused real-time system that is both free and safe from batch processing limitations. This transformation will improve efficacy in terms of information processing, and soon enough, all the batch processing COBOL mainframes will be gone. Musk hopes this upcoming recession won't cause a war. However, economic competition is sure to arise, and people will have to stay sturdy when they realize just how much they have to compete against giants like China. Musk is pretty confident with Tesla though, as they have a good team back in China. With this, he reminds companies to produce goods and services that are relevant and useful to their consumers. According to Chamath Palihapitiya, Musk's fellow investor, he has been advising the CEOs of the companies he's been investing in, saying that they can either reach a cash flow break-even now, or wait for the financial runway, which is until the first quarter of 2025. He shares the same thoughts as Musk, and both believe that this recession will last until mid-2024. To secure the ideal margin, Chamath recommends having a buffer of 2 to 3 quarters before asking for more funding, which takes over 2 quarters to obtain. Once a company starts recovering from a recession, the bare minimum to survive is to have enough funds until the end of Q1 2025. Out of the 25 companies that Chamath advised, 5 applied this knowledge and thrived. Stanley Druckenmiller is one of those CEOs. He successfully predicted the bear market rally that happened in July and August, and now he's predicting an intense landing in 2023 once again. He adds that it'll have a longer duration, and Musk thinks he might be right. Musk and Chamath also point out the losses of the big tech companies, and they notice that there are 3 lessons to learn from this event. 1. It's the most saturated market, but when people got enough of that hype, people started panic selling to make up for their losses. 2. Regulators made it clear that they're going after those people. 3rd, the innovation cycle has changed because people believe that they shouldn't be spending. Other than big tech, FTX was also dubbed as one of the biggest losers in the market, and so was Disney. Moreover, Musk mentioned a few other trends that we should look out for, namely authoritarianism, where the government and big tech companies are collaborating to impose censorship. Another is interest rate mania, where the FED uses interest rates as the sole determinant of success. Well, that's about it for today's video. If you liked our content, do give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, this is Eminent Investments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.